Well, we just had a fantastic week with Brown's daughters, Hannah and Marston. We spent a day here in Tahiti at this anchorage, and then we went over to Moorea for 5 days to enjoy all that we love about Moorea. It was so much fun. We did hiking, we swam, the turtles, rays, and sharks. We had great food, and we even got over to the Tahiti site, which is incredibly beautiful. Then we came back here to Tahiti to have them catch their flights. It was way too short with them, but it was absolutely amazing. And I think they really fell in love with French Polynesia, but hey, what's not to love about French Polynesia, right? So now, after a week of putting aside all of our boat projects, and the girls brought a big 50-pound suitcase, Hannah brought two 50-pounders for us. After a week of not doing anything and having those parts kind of piling up, we are back on the get to projects mode. And we've got a lot to do. We've got some issues to figure out. Our starboard engine still is not revving above 1800. We've gotten some strange messages on our network, which we need to investigate. And on our way back from Moorea, we tried to pick up the chain, and Brown smelled smoke coming from right behind our ignition key. We have that, plus a whole bunch of other things that we need to do. And part of the windlass project is to change out our remote. It's in pretty bad shape. It still works, but you know, it's a matter of time when that's going to stop. So lots of things to do, lots of errands to run. We've got to get to it. Here goes. It's a big day for us after a week of not having any rain shades or helm enclosure. You can see our temporary setup here, and we had tons of rain yesterday. We are getting our rain shades back and our helm enclosure back today. We are so excited. Brown is gonna go pick up our friends there that have done it for us, and they're gonna install it this morning. So looking forward to having this back up and just not having to worry about rain coming and getting everything in here soaking wet. Well, it's a beautiful morning here in Tahiti, and we are off to the city. We have 4 doctor's appointments. We are trying to knock things out, and our friends got great news. They found out that the French government has given them a 45-day extension on having their boat in French Polynesia. So we are going to head to the airport in between doctor's appointments to talk to the immigration officials and see if we can get a 45-day extension on our visa. If we can, then we will ask for an extension on our boat, which would give us a lot more breathing room than we currently have. As it stands, we've got about a month and a half left here. Boy, it would be nice to have till May 1. Just a little bit more flexibility would be really nice. 1 doctor down. Now we're headed to our dermatologist. So that was general practitioner. We got all of the prescriptions we need. And now we're going to the derm to get our annual checkup. Wow, dermatologist is done. We're gonna really miss Dr. Bernadette. He's the best. We are so grateful that we got out within an hour. It's amazing because we've got another appointment to get to. But right now, we are gonna head to the pharmacy because we have prescriptions that we need to fill that would be 1 year worth of drugs, and normally they don't carry that much in the stores. So they're gonna have to order them. And we want to make sure we get in there and get that done.
They're super cheap also. Wow, we knocked number 3 off the list, and now we have one more appointment, and then out to the airport, and then back to the dentist, and then back to the pharmacy.
This is the waiting room here at the radiology center. Well, it's cardiology, radiology, a lot of things, and we're just waiting to get called for our appointment. 3 appointments down. It is amazing that we were knocking this all out in one day. Never, ever, ever thought this would work. Now we're off to the airport to see if we can extend our CDS.
Let's find the bus.
For 45 days. Yeah, we got to find the right bus. Successfully found the right bus. 200 francs to ride the bus, which is about a little under $2. So one way, $2, not too bad. This is Fa'a City Hall. Missy, I don't know. We made it. Everyone is so nice on the bus. They helped us make sure we got the right stop. Gotta find the policeman to tell us where immigration is. Maybe, oh, it must be here. We just got the best news ever. We have been granted 90 extra days here in the country. We didn't have to even be there, but we did go in. We did talk to immigration. They did scan our passports, so they are aware of us. And he said if we have any problems checking out with the 90-day extension, that we should call the airport. So this is like the best news ever.
South Huahine, here we come.
Yeah. Back here waiting for the bus.
Here it is, the dentist's office of all dentist's office on this street in Papeete.
We were very happy to be in air conditioning.
La climatisation, c'est très bon.
It's our final appointment of the day, other than to pick up our meds at the pharmacy that have been ordered. We have gotten it all done. It's absolutely amazing. Last appointment with the doctor is done. No cavities, no problems. We have an hour to kill before our pharmaceutical drop-off here. But we're gonna stop in and see, maybe we'll get lucky and there's an early delivery. It's 3 o'clock and the delivery already came in. They said 4 o'clock at the earliest. So we're done.
Well, we're not back to the boat yet.
No, very true, but we can head back to the boat, which is amazing.
Yay.
Wow, what a day.
What a day.
So good to have that over. Today is our final rig check with Jean-Christophe to make sure the tension is right after a full rig change. And he's also gonna come and take a look at our stainless. Unfortunately, the stainless is rusting all the way up to the top, at the turnbuckles, on the swages. It's really very, very poor quality, and I'm super disappointed. It's just substandard material, and unfortunately, there's nothing we can do. They're not gonna change it out. We're just gonna have to live with it, which means we're gonna have to go up and clean it probably every 3 to 6 months. Again, really like Jean-Christophe. He's done a great job, but I am concerned with maybe how he stores his steel, or the factory gave him a bum load and we got part of it. So that's the story here. But our clears look amazing. Our forestay has been really loose, and to get that forestay tightened up a bit, they're having to tighten up the martingale and then the cap shrouds. So they've been going back and forth. First they got to take all the tension out of the cap shrouds, then change the martingale, then go back and put the tension in to the cap shrouds and measure. So back and forth, back and forth. Brown is up the mast today. He is coating all of our stainless with a anti-corrosive liquid to keep it from rusting, getting the tea stains. So he is coating everything so that we don't have to go up and clean it every 3 months. This is our best solution as of now, trying to prevent the tea staining and high maintenance. Go! Last week when we were in Moorea and tried to move our windlass, we smelled a little burning. and couldn't figure out where it was coming from. So our windlass actually doesn't operate unless we have the ignition on, and right now we are checking, or I should say Brown is checking the wires that connect the windlass to the ignition at the helm to see if there is any corrosion or any burning that, or evidence of burning that we see. We're not really sure what we're looking at here, and part of that is because we don't know anything about electrics, but the second part of that is we didn't put any of these wires in. Our electrician did, and when you get someone else to do the work, you don't understand it yourself. But if we didn't get someone to do the work, we never would have gotten out and started sailing, because this is all we would be working on.
Okay, this is the wire. So it looks like the wire, and it connects through here. So this wire right there could possibly be the one that's back there.
So we have a series of issues on our display related to the autopilot. So we have taken the ceiling down, so we have access to the autopilot up here. We're going to check the backbone. It seems like it might be a backbone issue. Maybe one of the cables came loose. Most of the work that we do on a boat is trying to diagnose things.
It's futile.
Well, it's been quite an ordeal with this through-hull fitting. Back in Tahiti, we found that the fitting had broken, so we used 4200 to temporarily fix it. And we ordered a part that our friends Janet and Mike brought with them. Well, the part was way too big. We got help from the company, and even with all the dimensions, gave us the wrong part. So we went into Polynesia and miraculously found a part that would fit, but it's not the best quality. We found this part in the chandlery here. It's not great, but it would work temporarily. So when the girls came, we had a part sent with them. Well, of course, we had no idea if it was going to fit. We finally have the right part that fits from the States, thankfully. And now we need to use this caulk to get it to stay. The bad news is that today it is really windy and the waves are pretty big, so they are lapping up over the hull that Brown is trying to keep dry and clean before he puts the new through-hull in with the 4200 on it. So we're not sure it's going to work, but we've got to do it. This is really hard with water slapping up against it and too deep to stand. Just got to do the best we can, and when we haul out, we'll do it again. Okay, hold it. Hold it. Okay, got it. You're good.
Is it in?
Yep, it's done. All right, that project is done, thankfully, hopefully for good. And now we've got one last project we're gonna work on today, and then that's it. The project that we're going to complete now is the simple solution to the fuel tank sender being broken, and we hope it works. We ran into our electrician Rudy in Polynesia, and he told us about this product called Mopica. It's a sensor that goes under a tank, either a fuel tank or a gas tank, and it reads a level of gas or fuel that's in the tank. So we bought one, and we're going to install it under our portside tank. So hopefully this will now Bluetooth the level of fuel that's in the fuel tank to Brown's iPad, and we don't have to replace the sender. The key is to put this in the middle underneath the tank. Then you tell the app the size of it, and it tells you how much fuel is in your tank. So it works with gas and with fuel. We're using super glue because you want as close a contact with the surface of the tank as possible. So if you use something like 4200, you just don't get a close enough connection, and that means the sensor won't pick up the fuel in the tank. Wow, if this actually works, it's going to be amazing. Sensor is on and it's reading.